I want to go now on the phone to Jim Rutenberg, who's a writer at large for the New York Times, who helped break this new story about Tucker Carlson's text messages. Jim, nice to have you on. What did you learn in your reporting about this apparent trove of previously unknown texts, at least the executives?
Well, Chris, thanks for having me. And what we're reporting tonight is that, and this was surprising to us, that on the eve of trial, the Dominion trial, the Fox board of directors found out what was in these unredacted text messages and became incredibly concerned. I say I'm surprised because they had not seen it previously. By the way, we also are reporting that some senior executives had not seen some of this unredacted material before. This is right on the eve of trial. The board moved to start toward a potential internal investigation of Tucker, but bringing in an outside firm to do it. And that's right as they're negotiating settlement. And this sets the path toward Tucker's ouster, because the concern is that these redacted messages, should they ever become public, will be even more embarrassing than the copious amount of information that was already out and would lead to other exposure in perhaps other cases.
Yeah, there's a few lines. I don't have the piece right in front of me, but there's one line where you say basically something along the lines of offensive, crude texts, even over and above the racist comments he had made on air. And then there's another reference to like one specifically, particularly offensive text that the Times has not seen, but executives saw. And there's a kind of like MacGuffin quality to this. Like there's some, mystery box of like the most offensive stuff that is more offensive than the stuff you already know. This is the story.
Well, I gotta say, I would love to be able to report what is in that message. So I get it. But all we can say, and believe me, reporting will continue apace, and I'm sure not at this news organization, but we still thought we needed to report that much because this one email really upped the stakes for the board and some executives. So, we'll try to figure out what was in it, but that one email was an extra kind of push on everything.
What do you think there's been a bunch of different theories here. And again, one thing that I think just to level set here is that the place is run by a 92-year-old media mogul who's, fired people for 60 years and thinks nothing of it. I mean, it could just be that the boss was just sick of it and decided to can you, right?
Well, yes and no, because look at the Dominion case, okay? Tucker Carlson is not a major part of the substance of that case. Dominion was disputing or pointing to 20 defamatory statements. Only one of those statements took place on Tucker's show. Yet, we've been talking so much about Tucker throughout this whole case because his emails have produced so much more trouble. So right there, we're starting to get, if there's a cost-benefit analysis of how much trouble is Tucker Carlson worth, that's a big deal. And if you have future cases, now, okay, how profitable is he? So you see that Rupert Murdoch is a businessman who's about money. Can I say one other thing about all the? Well, thank you. All of these explanations, people are pointing to as if they're different stories about what happened here. I think all of the reporting among all the news organizations, none of it contradicts. It's not contradicting itself. Right. I think we're putting together a picture of what happened, and there are a lot of things involved in it. We're writing about one thing, a major thing, but it's not the only thing. Tucker Carlson was becoming unaccountable. This is Rupert Murdoch. He expects accountability when he expects it, which isn't even that much. So he gives you a free hand, but Tucker Carlson went too far.
All right, Jim Rutenberg, thank you so much for joining us on short notice with that breaking news.